That's it, man. That's what really separates the Rams from Goff. They don't want that extra money. If he doesn't work out behind that offense like we've seen him not do in many times during his career so far, it's time to move on. And they didn't want to be left with that $43 million guaranteed.
Yeah, that's why they give it the extra draft pick. I mean, I don't think people are quite reading the trade right. They give it an extra pick for that. I think the Lions, obviously, there were 6 different teams involved. They were shopping around. They were looking for the best place to get the pick. And the Rams gave them the most picks. They took on the extra pick because they don't care about the money due to Goff right now. I don't think they're in a win-now window, and I think they recognize that. So that's the impetus for taking the Rams deal for the Lions side. For the Rams, I think they just think – I think the Rams just think Stafford's a big upgrade, and I think it's hard to argue against that. We've seen Goff be decent at times, but it seems like Belichick or around there, something broke him in that Super Bowl. He hasn't been the same the last couple of years. His numbers kind of bounced back this year a little bit, but he's not a guy that you think is going to go out there and win you a playoff game right now.
Guys, we're going to dive into this. Let's go ahead and get this episode kicked off. Let's get this episode started off on the right foot with
This is Fantasy Intervention. Now here to intervene with your fantasy life, Chase Vernon.
Guys, I don't even care about making this sound good. I don't care about any of this because I am so excited to sit here and talk about this trade. I'm amped up. My phone's been going off all night. I'm sitting there cleaning up the bar, and I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, why is my phone just vibrating? Like, it literally feels like I just turned on a vibrator and I'm sitting on it the entire freaking end of my night. I am so amped to sit here and break this down with you guys. I really am. So, of course, we brought in Jeff, who actually brought up some salary cap issues prior to this, and Chef, who's been all over this, and Steffi Smalls and Linda, who are both – oh, wait. I think Linda's actually ready to rock and roll with us. We have a whole entire panel. We got a whole panel that's ready to chop this stuff up. I am very, very excited to discuss this with you guys. Oh, Linda just popped back out. She'll pop back in. So real quick, before we get started, let everybody know where to find you guys. We'll start out with Jeff. What's going on, Jeff? Where can we find you?
Hey, good. For Whom Bell Tolls on Twitter. Writer with Fantasy Intervention, content creator a little bit, and I have some videos coming out. And then I write with Going for Two. So I'm around.
All right. And then Chef, where can we find you?
Oh, with the Circle, man. Always contributing over there with you guys. The Circle chat was just blowing up with all this news, and I wanted to get on here. Yeah. You can also find me at FF_Chef on Twitter. I write with Ball Blast Football, host the Tilt is Real Fantasy Football podcast as well. And do waivers for you.
Oh, we got the waiver wire. We got all.
Yeah, we're gonna talk some fantasy input here too. Because that's what we do. Yes, she made it.
What's up, Steph? How are you doing tonight? So we have all sorts of crazy stuff going on. Steph, it sounds like you still might not have your mic hooked up. So wait for that to happen and let her, bring this in the right way. But guys, we got to figure out what's going on over here because this trade, Oh my God, Matt Stafford for Jared Goff and picks. Like we're talking about a whole, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I didn't understand it. Like, let me go ahead and present what's going on, and then we'll discuss everything that happened. Yes, Steph, I will. Thank you very much. We have a situation that's going on here that's very confusing because of the fact that we have an older quarterback who has been proven to be injury prone, right? Like somebody that has not been able to stay healthy behind an offensive line. And now he's going over the Rams, who, by the way, have not had a successful offensive line over the past year or two. Now they're sitting there losing multiple pieces. And we sit there, we look at it like they're trading away their future in order to win maybe 1 year, because we have contracts that they are going to have to re-sign. They have different players who may not be up and coming. And I am just very off-put by the idea that Matt Stafford, who has been injury-prone over his entire career, will succeed behind an offensive line like this.
That's dumb. Go. You can go first, Ashley.
What?
He's not their franchise quarterback. What are you talking about? He sucks. He can throw a ball more than 6 inches.
Who? Stafford?
Oh, not Stafford, no. Well, Stafford wasn't staying, though. That's not a thing.
No, that's what we're talking. So we're talking about why they traded for an older quarterback who can't stay healthy behind the offensive line. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It blows my freaking mind. So, real quick, because Jeff, I know, has been waiting to talk, right? I know he's been sitting there dying to talk about this the entire night. He was the first one to comment on it outside of Chef, who, had his input. But let's go ahead and start with Jeff. Jeff, why did this trade happen? It doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes a lot of sense.
Well, I think the Rams right now, they're desperate. I mean, you talk about their short window, but that's what they're in. That's what they're dealing with. They've got the best defensive player in the NFL. They've got Jalen Ramsey. They're ready to win. They kind of believe that they'd be still alive right now if they had Stafford. So they're going to roll that dice on him and hope that he's a guy that can do that for them. From the Lions' point of view, I'm a big NBA fan, and I love NBA trades. And I've said all along, I think this was an NBA trade where you throw in an extra pick to take on money. We saw it with Osweiler. That was a second-round pick, and that was $16 million. The Rams had to move off Goff to do this. It cost $40 million in cap difference if they were going to release him or trade him. So releasing him wasn't an option. So they had to get that extra pick in. That line was thrilled to get the extra pick. They don't care about him right now. They can take Goff, maybe rehab him, and just take their draft picks and go.
All right, Chef, you were the first one to respond to the whole group. What are you looking at over there?
I'm looking at the fantasy implications of it more so than anything else. But I guess it makes sense. Like Jeff was saying, that the Rams, they needed to get away from that 2 years of Jared Goff's contract, because he wasn't working in that system. And then we have Matthew Stafford come in. Yes, he missed 8 games in 2019 or 2018, I believe. And then that's pretty much it. He's pretty much on the field no matter what. No matter how hard this guy gets hit, he gets back up. Jared Goff, he has accuracy issues, so I'm nervous for the Detroit Lions wide receivers. On the other side of the ball, I'm loving my Cam Akers shares right now. I'm so excited about this. It really just kicks off the 2021 quarterback carousel the best way it possibly could. 2 primetime quarterbacks switching up.
Linda, you're sitting there raising your hand. You're ready to go. What's up?
Quick question. Which Detroit wide receivers? Because as far as I know,
Exactly.
Cephas is the wide receiver. So for me, Hawkinson stock up. For me, Swift stock up without hesitation.
Geronimo Allison, hello. So only other receiver that's still going to be on the roster.
You pump your brakes.
Hey, Geronimo Allison was opted
actually
out
disgusting.
But you have to think
He
about
opted out for COVID.
they have the 107, right? Do they go out and get Jamar Chase and get rid of Kenny Golladay in Detroit?
I don't think Kenny Golladay
would play a fucking season.
He's not. I don't believe Kenny Golladay stays. He may.
Guys,
On
no
the cheap.
one's staying anywhere. That's the best part of this. This is what the best part is no one is staying anywhere. This is going to be a shit show now. Dak is gone. This is going to be a shit show, and it's going to be fucking awesome.
What is it? 18 teams are predicted to change their quarterback situation, baby, and I'm excited. So, Jeff, this actually brings up the point.
You skipped over
the salary?
my response to that, though.
Oh, go ahead. Do you want to talk about it?
Okay, yes. I want to say is I actually applaud the fuck out of the Rams. Goff wasn't working. Get him out. Done. Period. That's it. They did the right thing. That was the right move. Very much so. That's the problem is everyone just waits too long and then they get screwed. So good for them. They
re-signed him to a longer contract.
I don't care. You got rid of the Goff was not working. He can't throw the fucking ball. Who takes Goff? That's crazy to me. He's a second string quarterback. That's insane.
He kept on getting hurt because he didn't have time behind that offensive line.
He hurt his thumb.
Bad anyways. I mean, he wasn't threatening him down the field. That didn't help. You know, he jammed the box on him because he's not going to throw you over the top. Yeah, cap-wise, I mean, it's pretty neutral for the Rams from cap and moving that deal. You know, they're screwed anyways. So they're going to have to let Josh Reynolds go. They're going to have to let Joe Everett go, which creates an opportunity for Van Jefferson or Bryson Hopkins, somebody to be that fourth person in there. You know, they love to go 12 personnel, but before they had 2 good tight ends, they were 3 wide receivers all the time. So for the cap, it's neutral for the Rams there. You know, they're still going to have to make some moves to get under the cap. I wouldn't be surprised to see Stafford sign an extension to move some money out. But
Shane, you're more than welcome to hop in with us, for real. If you want to come in, just message me over there on Twitter, and we'll get you in because I would love to hear your input on this. But this brings up a great point. Like, is Matt Stafford just a holdover, you know, on this position as they work through the rest of his contractors? Is he going to, you know, get a long-term contract? Like, what's happening over there? I am very confused by this trade. All right, Seth,
I think they signed
this one out.
Just to
No one's
money,
getting a long-term contract anywhere. You can't pay for it. There's no one can afford a long-term contract anywhere. Literally, no one. If we're gonna sign everyone that's available right now, they all have to have short-term contract. There's no way. It's like literally not possible.
Well, I meant for Stafford, in order for the contract situation to work out, because a big point that Jeff brought up was the fact that they're going to have to cut major defensive players in order to make this work. So
this is what happened in 96. I keep telling everyone. No one listens to me. This is exactly what happened in 1996. There was not enough cap space anywhere, and they had to start cutting players. It's going to be crazy.
Well, but Stafford get a long-term contract with the Rams in order to make the contracts work, because it could work.
Yeah, you push money out if you sign him long-term.
And then make it non-guaranteed on the back end.
Yeah.
Because the new CBA, the way that it worked out is they've actually allowed contracts to be, you know, guaranteed towards the back end. And so they can do things so that 96, 97 doesn't happen again. So that way players don't get cut and they don't lose their guaranteed contracts or their potential guaranteed contracts in the future. That's how the CBA has kind of worked itself to be, you know, somewhat advantageous. So sitting there and looking at it, Steph, once again, like does Stafford get a contract in order to alleviate the releases and the cuts from the Rams?
Still no. It doesn't matter. It's nothing that you say. No one's getting a long contract. I don't know how many times I have to say. Literally, no one is getting a long contract ever. Like for at least 2 years. We're not going to see long contracts like we have. It's just not going to happen. No one is in the position to do that.
It's true. A lot more teams are capped more now than ever before, and the Lions.
Guys, long contracts are actually a thing now because of that situation that they've alleviated. Like long contracts are a thing. Like that's why they're doing 4, 5, 6, 7 year contracts now.
So sure, maybe he gets. I wouldn't give him one by any means, but it's still like they're not going to have enough money. People forget how many players that still left that need to get paid. It's seriously crazy.
That's the whole point of a long-term contract, though. Like that's what I'm trying to bring up. So, anyways,
yeah, sure.
Like you pay long-term contracts, so you can pay players now and keep your retention rate high. That's why.
I know how a long-term contract works. Thank you.
It's what the Saints have done for 15 years. They've been. You know, the Saints have been capped out forever, and they've just continued to push money out to the future.
Exactly.
Imagine the Rams doing the same thing.
Well, the Rams paid a lot of wide receivers this past season. They were sealing up those staples in that side of things, leaving Goff sitting there with 2 years left. Matthew Stafford comes in with 2 years. So in my eyes, McVay's like, okay, we have 2 years to build the team however we can. Doesn't matter what picks we give away, because a lot of our players are coming back. And they're going for it in these next 2 years. That's his plan. It's do or die for the next 2 years for the LA Rams.
Yeah.
Linda, is Matt Stafford the long-term solution, or is he going to be just a bridge?
Well, like Chef just said, I think because they just extended Bobby Trees and Cooper Kupp, and they made sure that they had those positions. They have a young running back with Cam Akers. They traded for a quarterback that they feel like can get them to they've been to the playoffs the last 3 years. They've been to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. So I think they traded for somebody that they think that can take them to the next step, which is the Super Bowl win. And if they're going to get that, they're going to get that with a young running back and 2 wide receivers that they just showed up. So I think for the next 2 years, he's the answer. Yes.
God, I love this crew. We got Shane in the house. What's up, Shane?
What's up, man? Just going to echo what Linda just said. It's a 2-year thing. They're going for broke. Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey take up $72 million of the fucking cap, by the way. Like,
It's
what
crazy,
the
right?
fuck, dude? Like, no man is
insane.
worth that. Get out of here. Stop being thirsty, Rams. 2 years. 2 years. So Woods will be 30, Kupp will be 30, Higbee will be whatever he is. Stafford will be 35. And then they have no first round draft picks until 2024. I can't wait to watch it all fall apart in 2 more seasons after they go.
They're the win now dynasty team that is going to be rebuilding soon.
They're gonna message the GM and be like, "Oh, I'm cutting back leagues in 2 years. I'm cutting back." And this league,
I gotta cut some teams.
This league, it's just not. I'm not having as much fun, and then I don't like the format. I don't like this format anymore. So I gotta get going.
Wait, who's the GM over there? I forget his name. I thought he was fixing like the whole situation. Lesnar or something.
Is it
Les
Snead?
Is it Les Miles? Whatever. The other day though, he did note, he was like, it's going to be hard to move on from Goff, but you could probably do it.
Oh, he was ready to trade Goff anyway. So the thing with the whole situation going on over there was like, I mean, I thought they were fixing it because the previous years they were trading away draft picks. This past year they actually traded away some players. I think Corey Littleton might have been one of them, where they were trying to pick up some compensatory picks. They were trying to acquire more draft picks. I'm like, oh my God, he's finally getting it. Like he's finally getting it. Like it's going to take time to build. And then he goes off and fucking trades for Matt Stafford.
Dude, they drafted Van Jefferson, who's 37 years old, in the second round last year. They don't give a they're playing for right now. Like, I joke around.
They're the Brooklyn Nets.
The guy's 24 years old. You just called Van Jefferson 37.
It's the same difference. I mean, if you're not a 21-year-old dude coming out of college, I want nothing to do with you. Incidentally, same with girls, but whatever. I mean, they don't care. They're playing for right now. That's it. And you know what? If it gets you a Super Bowl, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, the Eagles won a Super Bowl 3 years ago, and it's been a shit show ever since. And like, honestly, everybody in Philly is really kind of cool with it. It's like, hey, it's all right though. It's in LA. They don't even get it. It's not even a real city.
It's been 5 years for the Broncos, and I'm still like, but remember that Super Bowl? So
yeah.
I mean, as long as
if they win, if they don't win, Peyton's fired anyways. They're trying to win.
And I mean, honestly, they're probably the prohibitive favor in the NFC to win the conference the next 2 years. If Patrick Mahomes tears a groin or something, then they can beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So it's a good move for them. I don't know what Chase is talking about, that Stafford's injury prone. Dude's I put a good stat up. Played 16 games.
And how many seasons?
He played it out of the last 10 seasons. He's played 9 times. He's played 16 games.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get more consistent than that.
Yeah, he's very consistent.
You're talking about
he was hurt early.
You're talking about a quarterback that has dealt with issues constantly throughout his entire career with injuries.
On them.
Yeah, he plays. Everyone gets
So did
injured.
Jared Goff. What good did that do this past week? Like, come on.
But Jared Goff isn't good at football. Like Steffi has pointed out multiple times. He can't even throw the ball 6 inches.
I don't
6 inches
like
isn't even
either
acceptable.
way. I don't
He
like
doesn't
Jared
know
Goff
anything
either.
about 6 inches. That's why. That's his problem.
Okay.
he does look really good on my T-shirt, though.
Let me see him. He's cute.
Oh my gosh.
Poor guy. Poor
Is he
little buddy.
Oh
He
my
looks
God.
really
Real
special.
quick. Real quick.
Oh my God.
Much quicker than I thought. Poor.
Yeah.
You
Listen.
need to see it, but you love to, kind of. I love to see it. I'm pumped.
Chase is so against this on both sides.
I hate both sides of this. It doesn't make any sense.
Against anything I say.
What are you talking about? I haven't.
Why can?
So why don't you like this from the Lions side? Because they get 2
Yeah.
future first-round draft picks. I mean, yeah, they get Goff, but they can get out of that in 2 years.
Right.
All right, so I get the Lions side. It gives them a future. It makes them understand. However, like it makes them competitive. And Green Bay also can fall off in 2 years. By the way, along with the Bears, possibly. With their defense kind of working the way into an older scenario, and that being the strong suit. So it does make sense in that aspect. However, I just felt like they could have gotten, maybe not the king's ransom for Matthew Stafford, but they could have gotten, some sort of competitive advantage if they moved on from that. Meanwhile, you're talking about taking on, a player that is essentially going to lose you money. It's going to lose you like revenue, essentially, and also going to scare away potential candidates for free agents. Like, who wants to go play with Jared Goff? So when you sit there and you look at it, you look at Kenny Galladay, you look at other players who might want to land there. I think that you're going to have to overpay, and more than what you were going to have to overpay previously, unless they draft a developmental quarterback, which means that now you waste one of your draft picks on a developmental quarterback, which typically don't work out. These are the Drew Locks of the world.
Dude, they can draft
of the world.
They can draft Trey Lance at 7, who's
That's
not a
a developmental
developmental
quarterback.
quarterback. He's not a developmental quarterback. Zach Wilson apparently is good at football.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is apparently good at football. Like, one of these guys is going to be there.
He's actually the Mac Zaddy, and I would prefer if you call him that.
The Mac
You like him,
Daddy.
Steph? You like Zach Mack?
I make nicknames stick, and I just decided that his nickname, the Mac Zaddy. You see that?
Mac Daddy. Okay.
I actually don't think he's back. I think he's going to end up being actually fine, but that's for another podcast.
It depends on what
podcast.
team he lands up on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, is there any situation where Jared Goff succeeds with the Detroit Lions?
No. No, he's terrible. He's fucking trash. And I mean, Quentin Cephas is his wide receiver 1. That's not great. You know what I mean?
There's no way Kenny Galladay is going to go back there. They're going to have to overpay for the next 10 years.
Okay, you want to talk about injury prone? We don't even know what's wrong with the guy. He disappeared. Literally disappeared at one point.
Well, he didn't want to play because they weren't going to re-sign him, and I wouldn't have played either. I would have been like, "Oh yeah, my groin really hurts. I got to sit down."
Who's going to pay?
You're going to hangnail.
Kenny Galladay is going to get $60 million on the open market.
Yes, he will, 100% in a 5-year contract.
And if it's Detroit that wants to pay him, I guarantee he goes back there.
Maybe a 4-year contract.
Can we talk about what this means for Deshaun Watson for just a second?
Yes, please.
Because they just paid a pretty significant amount for Matt Stafford. So what the hell does a team have to pay for Deshaun Watson? I can't imagine.
Deshaun?
Is it Deshaun? It's really throwing me off.
I live in Oklahoma. Please don't judge me.
All right, so
I didn't ask for
Deshaun?
this education, okay? I was given it for
Linda, we love
free.
you. Linda, we love you.
Day.
Okay.
You gotta pay at least an
Kindly
additional
fuck
first.
off.
At least an additional first for Watson. So at this point, like, you set that mark. It's 2 firsts for Matt Stafford. Deshaun Watson's worth 3, at least.
See, it sounds the exact same to me when you say it like the way I was saying it. But
Deshaun,
again,
when you're
Oklahoma,
wasting, you can't tell anything.
Deshaun, duh. Look, you want to take your
I can
grammatical
only
cues.
kind of read. That's why I do the talking.
You want to talk.
No.
You make sure you listen to the guy from Philly on how to pronounce shit, because that's how you want to sound.
This is Sean. All right, so
Sounds
man.
the exact same to me.
Deshaun.
It doesn't matter.
It's just like not that serious either. Like who could fuck care?
we're just giving Linda shit.
It doesn't
It's-
fucking matter.
Linda doesn't care about anything. Like, we're not. We know we're not hurting Linda.
What is
Linda,
there
we love
to
you.
care about? The NFL is on fire right now. You have no idea what is about to happen. This is gonna be crazy.
Steffi's screaming, "Burn the house down!"
It's great. It's fantastic.
It is.
I was like laying down on the couch, half asleep, watching an episode of Gilmore Girls I've seen 45 times. And then boom, news. Now I'm like, I'll never sleep. Like it was.
It's gonna be a long
I
night.
actually, my vision got like, I literally like was like, what the fuck? Does that say what I think it says? It's happening.
Well, there's some blockbusters that happened last year, real quick. So just to interject, there's some blockbusters that happened last year with like the Deshaun or the Hopkins trade that actually skewed a few of the possible trades. Like I know that there were rumors with Juju Smith-Schuster and a couple of the wide receivers going around, and it kind of scared teams away. So does this scare teams away from trying to make trades towards Deshaun Watson, thinking that Deshaun Watson might be overvalued?
Fuck no. Not if you want to win. I mean, that's the hardest piece to get in football. That's the hardest piece to get in sports is an actual franchise quarterback. Yeah, Deshaun.
It's Deshaun. What the fuck?
Deshaun is, I mean, he's a top 3 quarterback in the league. Like, you got to pay. It's just like dynasty football, dude. Like, how many firsts would you give up for Pat Mahomes?
Maybe like a second.
You'd give up 3 firsts for Pat Mahomes. Real football, it's no different.
Minimum.
Same thing for Deshaun Watson. Same thing, bro.
But does that change? Like, all right, so does it change for other teams does it change for the Texans thinking that they might be able to get more? And what happens later? Like, Steph. Okay, never mind. Fine. I don't want to hear from you anyways. All right. Chef, what do you got?
I think what was the question one more time? How does Houston feel about that? Like they think they can get more than 3 firsts for Deshaun Watson?
No, it's Day. It's Day.
Hold on.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
That is like, this is crazy. I think he has to go somewhere that the team can give a quarterback too. That's the only way these deals are going to work out like that. Like it's not going to be a situation where he goes to like they have to be able to offer him something. I actually think that Miami now is a very good contender, maybe even the 49ers. I mean, it has to be a team that they're going to get a quarterback. And apparently no one cares.
But the 49ers don't have a quarterback.
Well, I mean, Jared Goff got traded.
Yeah, neither does Miami.
I think the Jets are still the number one candidate there.
I mean,
you guys are giving up on Tua already when he was actually very good last year.
No.
Okay.
I think Deshaun still goes to the Jets, man. They've got young wide receivers. They can re-sign their older ones to a short year deal. Jamison Crowder, free agent this year. I think they can make pieces work. They have the young wide out in Denzel Mims. He can crush it on the outside. It's great for Deshaun Watson for stretching the field down the field like he does. We even saw Chris Herndon come somewhat alive at the end of this season. I think it works for Watson. They go out in the draft, get a second round.
He's into it though.
Oh wait, no, because they still on the picks. I don't know what they can get as far as the draft. They'd be giving it all up.
Well, the Jets have multiple firsts over the next couple of years. So they could give up the 2 firsts this year, Sam Darnold, if they really want somebody.
Watson's a diva. He's not going to want to go to the Jets. He's going to
want to
New York.
It's still New York. It's still, I mean, it's the Jets, but it's still technically New York.
I mean, he's playing for Houston. He's not playing for Dallas.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Same thing.
Everyone is like giving him weight. He's definitely a diva. Like he's gonna want to handpick where he goes. If you think he's gonna go into a Jets system, is crazy.
Why wouldn't he? It's a new coach, and dude, the receivers are good. I mean, Brashard, they got Perriman, Crowder, and Denzel Mims. I'd be happy with that.
I'm fucking wet right now.
That's just the worst wide receiver corps in the entire NFL. Like,
dude, all right.
Yeah,
I mean, you think
I'm gonna get rock hard going from the Texans to the Jets.
What did the Texans have? The Texans had Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks, who both have injury history.
And then he's still tweeting rap lyrics. Like he doesn't want to. He wants to go to a team that literally is a stat. He wants to go play for someone like Flores that has weapons already. He wants to walk into a system.
Miami has.
What does Miami
Devontae Parker.
Hey, I want to throw.
That's for damn sure.
I mean,
can I throw a name out there real quick?
Yeah. Do we want?
So Derek Carr is actually
not
listen.
All right.
Derek Carr, right, is on a they can cut him and end up losing $2 million in dead cap space. John Gruden has been known to make these bold trades and whatnot, and these bold acquisitions. Meanwhile, he has Henry Ruggs, who should be a superstar, but was not able to because Derek Carr wasn't able to throw the ball down the field and wasn't able to recognize certain plays. Meanwhile, that's what Deshaun Watson specializes in.
But also, he's not that good at football. That kind of hindered him too.
He was open, man. Like watching the game film, he was open. He just wasn't recognized.
He's got Brian Edwards there.
Brian Edwards, who struggled, by the way.
Darren Waller.
And then we also have Nelson Aguilar,
who's a free agent this season.
They also will probably invest, possibly. I'm not guaranteeing it because they need to invest in the secondary as well. But in the first 2 rounds, they'll probably draft a top end wide receiver as well. You know, somebody to add to that flame. And now, honestly, like I think that sitting there looking at it, the Raiders make a lot of sense.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they're no worse than the Jets.
I think,
we're talking about a team that finished 7-9.
Why are you getting?
What if
does that mean they give Carr to Houston?
Unmute yourself, Stephanie.
Does Houston want Carr?
No one does.
No.
But
no one really does.
It's kind of like it would be the bridge. It would be like, all right, you're at least getting us through this year. So because we have to start someone.
If
they had a Carr before.
Watson wants to go to the Jets, but he doesn't want to go to the Raiders and the Jets. To me, is the same fucking scenario.
We just said that. I don't know Deshaun Watson that well, like on a personal level, so I have no idea where he wants to go.
Yeah.
The Raiders are actually
probably
very talented and have a bunch of
Denver.
talent.
I don't think
looked great
Derek
in Denver.
Carr is not capable. And I think it's if you're gonna be okay with Goff still playing in the league, Derek Carr is totally fine.
We don't. Yeah. Denver would be a good. Denver was where I was like Stafford. If Stafford would have went there, I would have been happy. But like if Deshaun goes there, whatever quarterbacks get traded there, I think are going to be really good. So Denver's an awesome landing spot.
Why is Denver better than Oakland?
Because they have Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, and Melvin Gordon. You're telling me Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy aren't better than the Raiders receivers of Nelson Aguilar, Brian Edwards, and
not if they invest in it. Yeah, not if they invest in it.
Okay.
I think Cortland Sutton is being severely disrespected already because of his injury last season.
I love Cortland Sutton, by the way.
And so you're talking about a stud wide receiver 1 and a stud wide receiver 2. And a tight end that can make yards after catch.
Who's the stud wide receiver 2? The guy that dropped 50% of passes?
Dude.
Are you a Deontay Dropson fan as well?
Yeah.
He's a rookie. They didn't have first of all, let's talk about
No, I'm actually not because I don't like people that drop passes. I'm very against.
Dude, he didn't drop passes in college. It was
he dropped 5. That's it. But he dropped.
Yeah, the rookie drops. It was the rookie drops.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, you know who else had that? Braylon Edwards.
How many quarterbacks did Jerry Jeudy see this year?
Dude, he had fucking Brandon Allen throwing him.
Drops are
I don't even know if that's correct. He had Brett Ripien.
Are an issue, and true completion percentage is an issue.
There were a lot that hit his hands that he should have had.
He had a bad year. He
had a bad year.
You can't pretend that he didn't have a bad year. You also can't pretend that for most of his college career, he was projected to be the number 1 wide receiver coming out of the draft last year. And
I had him
on players because then they get their feelings hurt.
He had one bad season. Dude, drops. That's something that's correctable.
In his defense, he did come into the season, did not have that time that we normally would see with preseason.
Oh, stop!
Rookie camp.
Stop! We had one of the best rookie seasons of all time.
Wait, let me finish. He never got the chemistry with quarterback at all. Like Shane was saying, he played with Brett Ripien. Drew Lock was in and out. Okay, he did not have a valid quarterback throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
And to intertwine this circle of quarterbacks, I'd rather see Derek Carr throwing the ball in Denver than Drew Lock right now.
Yeah.
Full circle.
He's correct.
It doesn't matter if you drop the ball 50% of the time.
How can I disagree with you so fucking much? I didn't realize I didn't
He's just
agree
been
with
out
you
of his
on
mind.
anything.
I don't know. Listen,
I can't get behind you on that one.
Cam Newton is staying on the Patriots.
Okay.
I mean, if we're in any leagues together and you have Jerry Jeudy, you could sell him to me on the cheap right now.
I'll buy him. I'll buy Matt Stafford too.
Sorry, I already sold him for CeeDee Lamb. My bad. I already sold him for CeeDee Lamb by this point. I actually have him in 1 league, I think, out of my 28.
Are you in a league with idiots?
Yes.
What? What do you mean?
I'm not. I wasn't talking about you. I was giving you a compliment.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. Not really, but.
Oh, stop it. All right, so sitting there looking at it, let's hop back onto the actual trade that happened and everything that's going on. Is there anybody that's standing out for you guys fantasy asset wise that you're trying to buy after this trade? Let's start out with Linda.
Well, I already said it's TJ Hawkinson for me. Like, I don't think Swift is going to catch any value from the trade. Like, I up more, but he's not going to like drop where you can buy him cheap. I think some people may be worried about Hawkinson, and right now he looks like the number one like target in that offense to me. So that's the dude I'm going to try to get for cheap.
All right, Shane.
I don't fucking know. I'll just do it.
I love Hawkinson. Hawkinson is my baby. What's up?
I'm gonna just do like I always do. I'm gonna buy Bob Woods. People just disrespect his ass continually, and I'll just keep buying Woods until he's gonna have a wide receiver one season. I might even buy Cup, and I don't even like Cup, but
I love Cup.
Cup's gonna be good next year. Higbee. I mean, buy everybody on that Rams offense. Don't buy Jared Goff. Anyone, real quick. Let me say this.
Let the ink dry.
I've seen some tweets out there where people are like, "Oh, this might be a good buy low opportunity on Jared Goff." No, he's fucking trash. Like, this is just a way stop onto nothingness. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just because someone's value is low doesn't mean it's going to bounce back. His value is not going to bounce back because he's not a legitimate NFL starter. So don't buy Jared Goff. And if you can trade him for fucking a second, third, do it.
It's funny? No one's taking him.
I mean, I've heard people talking like, he still has some value.
I think he does. I don't think that, I think we're also being a little hard. I think that he didn't look he looked better after. I think they replaced his hand. Like, he definitely better after his surgery. But I think that I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to. Chase and I are going to start screaming at each other, right?
No, that's fine. Do that.
I think it helps out. And one person we haven't mentioned yet. We've mentioned Akers, mentioned Hawkinson, mentioned a lot of the Rams. We didn't mention Darrell Henderson. I think it helps Darrell Henderson out the way in the passing game. Where we saw Swift getting all that extra yardage after the catch, I think Darrell Henderson gains value here, especially if Akers were to miss some time. Malcolm Brown's going to be moving on. I think Darrell Henderson is a cheap, safe buy as the runner-up in the Rams backfield.
That's a great point because of the fact that we saw Theo Riddick, along with numerous underbacks. Like we could sit there and probably put up together a list of the backs that Matt Stafford's had that he's passed to. However, none of them could stay healthy. So if Darrell Henderson could stay healthy and he is the pass catching back, that makes a lot of sense. Steph, what do you think about that?
I'm not touching a single roster or doing a single trade until all this bullshit's done. Period.
You're in the middle of a dynasty draft, aren't you?
No, I'm done. What do you?
Now's the time. Everybody values.
This is when you
I'm
make.
not going to. That's going to be the best part.
Yeah.
I am going to participate in the chaos, and I'm going to. I don't want anyone to take anyone on my teams. We're going to wait until things happen. I'm not going to fucking trade players if I don't know where anyone is going.
But that's part of the fun, man. It's speculation.
Dynasty.
This is what you do. This is how you get players low.
I was trading a shitload of people yesterday. I'm literally offered $4. Someone take Lockett off my team. You can have him for free. I don't care. I don't want to look at his fucking name. Just get him off my team. That team that I inherited in that one league.
I want to be in a league with you.
Yeah,
$4.
No, I got him for way more. It was like a king's rank. I got Justin Jefferson and this. I don't even know what he gave me. Well, who was the other player? I'm too drunk to remember. I'm gonna pull it up. It was a joke. Justin Jefferson, and he gave me Juju and one more person. Are you kidding? I think he was drunk.
What was the trade? I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Or is that? Wait, this is a perfect segment for Shane to appear on.
Did you say Lockett for all that?
For he got
for a King's ransom,
and then King's ransom. Lockett. So you guys can laugh, but it's actually funny for me.
Okay, well, I mean, you got the Hall and you got Jefferson out of the deal. Then
wait, you traded Lockett for?
Wait, someone just wrote in my chat, "Go the fuck to bed. That trade was terrible."
Yeah, it doesn't. Sound
oh my god! Holy fuck, that's funny.
Oh my god! All right, so Is there anybody else? Wait, Linda, did we hit your person that you wanted to buy?
Yeah, I went first.
She said she did Hawkinson.
I love Hawkinson.
Oh, I want Hawkinson. That's awesome.
That's
I'm
my
happy
man
about
crush.
Hawkinson.
I'm not doing crazy shit though. Like, I'm not gonna like get all. People are buying Zeke at like a high cost, not even knowing if Dak is gonna be there. Like, are you? Like, I don't. What is the thought process there?
I don't think it matters if Dak is
don't
there or
either.
not.
I
I
don't
think
either. I just don't
think
wanna get
he's
yelled
the
at.
number one running back in a run first offense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially if Dak's not there, I think it helps Zeke.
No, I think that he is going to get way less target shares. I think they've shown that.
Don't get me wrong, Dak. I think Dak goes back to Dallas.
Yeah.
I think Jerry. I don't think Jerry lets him go
Unless he can get Deshaun Watson.
unless he can get Deshaun Watson. Unless he gets Day Watson.
Day Watson. If Day wants to go there, then
If Day watns an upgrade in the real
Is that
city,
what we're calling him now? Is that what we're calling him now? Is Day?
Watson is going from night to day.
Day.
I should have just stuck with Watson. I can say that name.
No, I love it.
It makes
love that
perfect
it's his
sense.
new name.
If Day goes to Dallas, it sounds like a children's storybook. Day goes to
Day
Dallas.
goes to Dallas. Well, never mind. There was another kind of story about Dallas and a D alliteration, but
Oh man,
we'll
Honestly,
talk
this
about that
is a
later.
good time too to take like, I don't know. I would buy Swift if you don't have him right now.
You're not buying. No one's selling Swift though. That's the problem.
Nah,
because
I'm
if
holding
you're
on.
gonna, Swift. You're paying top 6 running back prices for him.
With God.
Oh, good thing I already
Yeah,
own him in
with
every
Goff.
fucking
Everywhere.
league.
Everywhere.
I own him everywhere.
Well, here's the thing. So when Goff was actually at his best was when he was throwing the girlie 90 times a
What was
game.
that? Was that
I'm sorry, a
25
year out
years
of the backfield.
ago in Pee Wee? Or
I'm not that old, so it was like
3
3 years ago, 3 years ago.
3 years ago,
Yeah, when Gurley was seeing about 100 targets.
when he had real knees.
Girlie's only
Yeah.
26.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really is
So-
fucked. He has
Yeah, but he
arthritis.
doesn't have knees.
he doesn't have knees.
He literally
Well,
can't do
now he
anything.
doesn't have knees. When he
BMI
had
Yeah, he had
too
knees
high.
3 years ago.
he had knees 3 years ago, and Shane is right, man. Like he killed it. He killed it for Gurley.
He did.
Yeah,
and then you know what happened? The
He's gonna
game
smash it for Swift.
sucks.
I might overpay for Swift at this point. Like, just thinking back, I might overpay for Swift.
I'm not gonna overpay for
I
him right
don't
now.
think anybody, even at a like steep overpay, there are some Swift truthers that are not going to do it.
Yeah.
As many people that are like, I don't ever put a player off limits, you're fucking lying. You are lying to yourself. There's a player that if you get on your team,
Who
you're
says
like,
that?
"Mm-mm."
People say that?
Oh, people
People tell you all the time. You should
Yeah,
never
it's
put a
like
player
Steph
off limits."
with Zeke.
Fuck you. That's my player.
It sounds
And they'll
like
be
he's
off
on
limits if I
therapy.
goddamn want.
It is Steph with Zeke, but
Yeah,
like it's
I-
cool.
Well, it's her off limits to draft. I'm
Steph
talking
with
about
Daniel Jones.
No, I
you
don't
have a team.
It's not about
No,
teams.
she
I mean,
drafted Zach Jones
It's
every
like the
damn
acres.
last
It's
time.
just like the acres owners right now. We're not giving them away. I have Swift. I have acres in a
But
ton
also,
of
if you
dynasty
think
leagues.
about what's going to happen everywhere
I'm not selling. I'm not selling at all.
What would it
Exactly.
cost to get Zeke or to get a Swift off somebody's hands?
I
It
don't
would
know. I
definitely
don't know who's
cost a
playing.
first and maybe an RB2 right now with the news.
I don't even want the RB2. You could shove that up your ass. I want 2 firsts, and both of them need to be in the top 7 of a super flex draft, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think a first and an RB2 gets it done.
Nah.
What about a first and let's say top 5 first and early
We ain't
second?
going nowhere.
No. Fuck your second. It's got a 20% hit rate. I want nothing to do with that.
I'm trying to propose it as if I was not a Swift fan, which I am the biggest Swift fan in the whole fucking nation.
I don't even.
I
but
have
you,
been.
you don't have to be a Swift fan even to turn that trade down, because that's just a bad trade. If you're accepting, if a second's going to put you over on a trade,
You're talking about
shouldn't be making
Najee
trades.
Harris. You're talking about Najee Harris,
Mhm.
and I don't know, maybe
Brian
Waddle.
Edwards. Brian Edwards.
No,
Guys,
Waddle.
they get
I'm just
so
telling you
many
because this is
votes.
who went in the second round last year. Guys like Brian Edwards, guys like Henry Ruggs. Would Henry
Edwards
Ruggs and
is like
Najee
late.
What
second.
about a Justin Jefferson and a first
for
Just-
Swift?
for Swift?
Oh fuck yes!
All right.
Yeah, that's
All
awesome.
right. So we know we hit that. That's our ceiling.
Justin Jefferson straight up for
Okay,
Swift.
but are any of us like true Swift truthers?
I am. I'm not getting rid of Swift.
Okay. Because like
I'm
have,
bigger than
like,
anybody.
I think I just think there are Swift like dudes that are like will not. Although Justin Jefferson also has those fans, so I get it. But I think there are some Swift fans that are like not gonna do it. Period.
I had Swift and Jonathan Taylor both in the first round this past year.
What?
Like in 2020, they were both first round picks for Dynasty.
You mean in Dynasty startups, not rookie drafts?
Yeah, for Dynasty startups, they were both late first round picks for me. I had Taylor at 109. I think I had Swift at 110. They were interchangeable, so that's how much of a truther I was.
Yeah,
I had him above not Miles Sanders. I had him above Josh Jacobs. Like I was the person that was heading the tail for Swift. So looking at Josh, all right. So talking about the Jefferson and what did you say? The one what?
He was saying like a mid first.
What are we talking about?
I would take Swift.
You would take Swift for Jefferson.
Najee Harris and Justin Jefferson. I would take Swift.
Wow, that's a lot.
I would. I don't know where Najee Harris.
What was the choice? Najee Harris and who?
Najee Harris and Jefferson for Swift.
Dude, you're fucking crazy. I'll take Jefferson over.
Wow. I would go Jefferson on that route.
I'm just saying that's who I would take. Like that's where I would lean.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
Especially if I'm a contender. Maybe if I'm rebuilding, I would take the other side of things. But I would take Swift over both those guys combined.
I mean, I don't know.
It's close. It's close, but I would.
I don't know if rebuilding even factors into it when the one receiver was a wide receiver 3 last year, and rookie running backs usually come in with Najee Harris's pedigree. Those are guys that are going to be top 12 running backs right from the get.
But the coverage that he was garnering was about 92%, if I remember correctly, from the cornerback 2, not the cornerback 1.
Who's that? I'm sorry.
Justin Jefferson. So looking at the upcoming schedule and looking at Adam Thielen and the stats they produced, it's sitting there looking at the fact that he's probably going to garner the number 1 cornerback coverage, which typically results in about a 40% drop-off from year 1 to year 2 when they are put in the primary position. So if we look at a 40% drop-off from year 1 from year 2 or into year 2 in coverages like Juju Smith-Schuster faced, for example, we're talking about a significant drop-off in production. And that's not just Juju Smith-Schuster. This is across the board from wide receivers when they go from wide receiver 1 to wide receiver 2 at a younger age.
Okay.
You just said to me, buy Adam Thielen. That's what I heard.
Yes, by Adam Thielen. If you're a contender.
If Thielen goes somewhere else, I would definitely get Thielen. I think he's being held back by that system. I'm totally down. I would take Thielen, fucking send Thielen somewhere else, and he will be just fine.
I don't know how much held down he is. I think he was like wide receiver.
Yeah,
10.
like what?
He was like wide receiver 9 this year.
They were
so
both
weirdly
top 12
like
wide receivers.
He wouldn't see the targets he sees.
He didn't
there.
get the yardage,
He
but
wouldn't
he
see the
definitely
targets
got the
anywhere
touchdown.
else.
I don't know about that.
And just real quick, Chase, I mean, for rookie wide receivers at 21 to do with Jefferson did, if you look at the hit rate going forward, dude, it's pretty much a guarantee that he's going to have at least 2 more wide receiver 1 seasons in his career.
I don't disagree with that.
So, I mean, I'm fine with that over a running back, and I love running backs, but I don't know. I would take that over Swift.
I don't disagree with that. It's at that point, I feel like it's a building stage of where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Justin Jefferson. I think he's like wide receiver, or no, he might be overall spot 8. He's definitely my top 10 for dynasty wide receivers. But I still want that wide receiver or the running back that's going to dominate a wide receiver that's also going to see targets, because that running back could see a bigger discrepancy of points and differentiation of points moving forward compared to the rest of the players at his position.
A lot of big words. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot what we were talking about.
Differentiation. You're
Sorry,
so
I'm not
hyper.
drinking as much as you guys are. Like I'm trying to get
what?
I'm stone sober. You're slurring, and it's actually kind of like.
Wait, I'm sober. I just literally, this is my first drink I've had.
I'm gonna disagree with you heavily. I'm pretty sure that's incorrect.
What, my drinking?
Yeah, I feel like you've been drinking more than that.
No, I just got off work.
Okay.
Come on, man. Come on.
All right, so moving on to the next. He's out. He's like, fuck this.
He had enough of that.
No, it's just because Wait, why? Who else is in here? Who is this person?
Tony Hawk's.
Can you not?
I
have
was listening to hype music. Sorry. My bad.
Jesus. But why is it just popping up now? You're gonna like start.
No, I didn't. No, that was not me.
Okay, so
No,
what the fuck were you trying to say before?
What?
You said something. You said like 7 big words that no one understood because we're drunk, and we wanted you to.
I'm completely sober and I have no idea what the fuck he was talking about. Yeah. So I don't think it was just that you're drunk. I think that he was just talking a lot of shit.
No, it was a discrepancy of points that were put up between the running backs versus the wide receivers. So essentially what I was trying to say was the fact that, wide receivers normally, not this year, by the way, but in previous years, normally get a little bit closer scoring range. When you talk about the discrepancy of points versus running backs, they
do you mean deviation?
Yes.
That's what he means.
Yeah.
Okay.
You lost me at I
That
can't even
cleared it
repeat the
all
word
up,
you
Shane.
lost me at.
So you're talking about the deviation from R, which I don't understand. So we're not going to talk about that.
I'll add to what you're saying though, Chase. With the value of Swift in Dynasty right now, he has the potential to be more than what his value is. I think Jefferson, unless he puts up another stellar year, which is harder to do because there are more wide receivers in the league.
And there's a lot coming in. This is a very heavy class.
Yes. I think that we've only seen the tip of the iceberg for Swift right now. I think his value still climbs in the next 2 seasons in Dynasty. You could sell him at a bigger king's ransom than he already is worth right now.
So real quick, I'm looking at some trades on DLF. Some dude traded Swift for a first and a second, like Chase was saying, which is just asinine to me. But there's just some bad trades in here, too, because someone traded a 2021 first and a third, and they got DeAndre Swift and T. Higgins. What the fuck are you doing, people? Like, you should be getting multiple firsts for these dudes. You shouldn't be trading DeAndre Swift for a first and a random second. Like, that shows me you don't know what you're doing.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, you just look at what's happening.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying like they need to look at what's happening, like what the actual scenario is in front of you.
That's craziness.
I sold Mixon for a first and crap.
And that's fair.
You shouldn't be selling Swift for that.
An ascending asset. You shouldn't be selling an ascending asset in its second season for a first and a random second. And if you are, you're not good at trading. And you shouldn't trade.
Are they ascending until up until the third year, right?
Running backs? Yeah, I did a big article on that last year about when they fall off. I don't feel like getting into it. It was really smart. There was lots of words like determination and deviation. So you would have loved it. You would have loved it.
It was kind of like the COVID article.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit took me so long to put together. 20 hours worth of research for a stupid article that's only gotten quoted one time, and that was by you on your show. I swear.
Sorry. Well, look, I mean, that's writing.
Writing. Quoting it like that, you just have to hit the right spot. You have to that sweet spot.
Well, you always have to hit the right spot. I mean, when
it's that sweet spot, right? Yeah. Linda, have you ever hit the right spot?
Only like once or twice. Again, I don't know what we're talking about. I ran out of alcohol. I'm fucking bowing out. I have to go sit on my couch and contemplate life for a few hours before bed.
Yep.
So, Gilmore Girls.
I'm going to go watch Gilmore Girls. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Linda, love you.
Love you.
Love you guys. That was exciting. Right. I had a great time.
Linda, don't leave without telling everybody where to find you. Come on. And what's going on Wednesday? Jeez.
Everyone knows Linda. Duh.
Wednesday, I get to talk to Matthew Berry. What the fuck?
That's wild.
I'm just going to
literally
for an hour.
Geeking out.
Yeah. I asked off for half a day of work. I was like, I'm leaving at noon. I don't know. I just have to get home and get rid of sweaty palms for an hour and a half.
I was gonna say, I would have to make sure I had buckets to start dripping out.
just wring it out. It's gonna be fine. But you can find me on the Twitters at Lindellians. And I'm gonna be doing some kicker bullshit for Join Our Circle soon. So
are you really?
Oh
yeah.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
All right. Love you, motherfuckers. I'll see y'all later.
All right, let's go ahead and start with Shane since he's yawning right now. It's going to make me yawn. No, let's start with James. James, what's up?
You can find me at FF_chef on Twitter with the circle, Ball Blast Football, Tilt is Real. Check it out. Got some good stuff coming this way for 2021.
Are we leaving?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I thought we were since Shane was
Okay.
yawning.
No, that's just because I'm weak.
I mean, I'll keep talking. I don't care.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, I figured we might. I mean, we can
Okay,
keep
I'll
going,
just say it.
but
Ask Steffi spells with 3 L's, and then I'm done. See how easy that was?
stop.
I'm out.
Wait,
There's
wait.
so much more than the 3 L's.
Steph, don't leave.
You're
First
so
off,
much more than 3
No,
L's.
James.
we're not having a business meeting after this. I can't. I don't have enough energy.
I didn't ask for a business meeting.
Okay.
All
I
right,
got
chill.
scared. You know I get nervous. I have my notes. I have to talk to you on Monday when I have my notes ready.
No. All right, James, real quick. What do we have coming up on Thursday with the people that are coming into your game show?
Oh yeah, we got the Blitz live for Fantasy Intervention every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Myself and Nate Povote grab a group of fantasy analysts and Twitter mentors out there in the business that love football trivia, fantasy trivia, and we have a game show, man. It's so much fun. We've been getting some rave reviews about it. Had some stars on. Sal Leto from the Scott Fishbowl Potathon was on just this past week. Chase, I know you know the lineup off the top of your head. You keep it under lock and key, man.
I don't. That's why I sent it to you guys.
Oh, that's why you sent it to me? Well, we've got a bunch of people coming on. We had Josh Brickner come on. Everybody was great. We're having a good time there. And it's fun for Thursday night, man. Get a release on Thursday night. Come in, play some football trivia.
Yeah, come get off on football trivia. Let's go.
Get a
All
release. Oh, I can't believe I just fucking said that.
So then, apparently, you can catch me masturbating to the fantasy show on Thursday, guys.
Yeah, and actually my OnlyFans is starting right now, so
Nice. Wow, that's where you're going to see me next. Is rubbing one out on fantasy.
Shane's gonna come play.
But
Come play on the Blitz.
Yeah, I'm going to come play on the Blitz.
Whoa,
Don't
play
worry.
on the Blitz. You should definitely do
Don't worry, I'll be in and out. You won't even really notice
real
that I'm
quick.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like regular sex. No one even knows I was there.
Oh, this went sour.
South. Well, no. I mean, we could go.
Sour or south? It don't matter either one.
It's getting worse.
All right. Good
We
night.
need new adjectives. We'll work on that as a group.
It's okay. It's like
Yeah, you need to
12:30,
build
so-
that list for me, Steph.
Okay. I know.
Adjective.
I
Adjective.
will
All
need
right,
new adjectives.
Steph, what is happening over there at Fantasy Intervention? What are we going to debut on Monday? Just give them a little bit of a hint.
I have no idea what's happening on Monday. What happens Monday? Oh, my calendar. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm dropping a calendar on Monday. So it's not a drop mix. I just made it seem like it was gonna be like a cool rap album. It's not, but it's much cooler actually.
It is cooler.
Calendar.
It's like, you can go to the calendar. It'll take you to the page of what's happening that day. The link to the YouTube channel is there, and then it'll all be there, past, present, future. And then there's categories. If you want to just look at the special guest shows, you can. It's very, very cool.
Dude, it's gonna be insane. Like it's gonna be really stupid insane. We got like Mike Wright, Jason Moore, I mean Peter Eversett, like it's
No, I wasn't.
Ryan
invited.
McDowell.
You got
actually
good-
hey, by the way,
you have
Shane, I
real,
invited you to be
real
the
stars.
third person starting in March, but Liz Lowe's is coming up. We have just so many people that should be coming on over the next 2 weeks. I'm very, very excited about this. This is literally going to blow up, and it's not even about me. It's about the team and everything they're doing over there. So make sure you guys go follow @joinercircle_, of course. You have to include the underscore. And make sure you all go check out everybody that's writers over there, content providers, editors. Like it's just been nuts. Don't even follow me. Go follow them. It's been a wild ride, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait
For what?
just until we end up passing our own selves up, until we sit there and we laugh at where we're talking about ourselves right now, because that's what's going to happen. We have a bunch of superstars, and I cannot wait.
Who? Like you're saying the people that are coming on? I don't
No, I'm
understand.
talking about our own
he's talking
people.
about the team.
Guys, I don't fucking
He's
know
talking
who
about
they
the
are.
circle.
Okay, I thought we were talking about people I didn't know about. Of course they are. We're crushing it. Duh.
Can I guess?
All right.
Thank you guys
And on
for
that note,
listening. Thank you guys for
All right.
The
listening.
worst
And
outro
thank you
ever.
guys for letting us interview your
By me.
fantasy